Okay, let's try this again. Hello, everybody. It's Crafting Just Because with Chris Cowan. Oh, there we go. I see us now. And I'm on replay there. That's not good. Okay, so today we're playing with the Nuts and Bolts stamp set. It's a really cute set. I'm loving coloring these guys, and I love the sentiments. Very, very cute. And today we're going to create a little Valentine chest that you can fill with candy or a treat. And this was inspired by Stamping with Amore. I did make a couple tweaks on it myself. I think she used magnets. I'm using a Velcro dot. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Not sure. So we're going to go ahead and put it together. If you're new to watching me, if you follow my blog, when I share this video, it will have a link to my blog with all the directions and dimensions on how to make this project, so you don't have to worry about writing it down. Let's go ahead and stamp first, I think, today. That way we can get that out of the way and then just put together our little project. And so I have a piece of basic white cardstock, and it is cut at 2 inches by 2.5 inches. And we're going to use some Memento ink because we're going to be stamping with some alcohol, or coloring with our alcohol markers, which are our Stampin' Blends. And I have Real Red here, Gray Granite, and then Cinnamon Cider. And I'm going to use a block here. And I'm going to get my little robot guy. And we're going to stamp him on to our basic white cardstock here. And I'm putting him down towards the bottom. And then I want to add a few hearts just so that he looks like he's surrounded in love. So I'm going to use the little heart stamp that comes with it as well. Just like that. We can cover that back up. Okay, so I'm first going to go in with my dark gray granite, and I'm just going to color in the parts that I want dark. And then we will do a little bit of blending here. It's kind of hard because the images are smaller, so there's not a ton of blending, but you'll see some blending here that we'll do. Okay, so there's our dark. And then I'm going to come in with the light, and I'm going to blend as much as I can together. Get his little neck there, and then I'm going to do his face. Okay, then I'm going to take my Cinnamon Cider Stampin' Blend, and I'm using the dark, and I'm going to do the little dot here, but then I'm just going to come in and do some of those bolts and then the line. And I'm going to do the bolts here too, and the line, and then his little arms a little bit. Oh, whoops. And the line there. And then I'm going to go back over that with my light gray granite. And it kind of gives them a little bit of a rusty look. Now the hearts I'm not even going to blend. I'm just going to do the big hearts, the dark real red, and the little heart, the light real red. Okay, and then we're going to set this aside and we're going to start assembling our chest. Okay, so I'm just going to move that to the side. I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer. And we have some pieces of cardstock and designer series paper here. And I have a piece of the basic gray cut at 6.5 by 7.5. We're going to stamp and score the, or sorry, we're going to cut and score this together. Then you need to die cut 2 of the second largest of the stitched rectangles, and then 1 of the smallest stitched rectangle. And then I have some designer series paper here, and the 2 pieces are cut at 3 1/8 by 4.5, and then 1 piece that is cut at 1 inch by 1.5. Okay, so on the 7.5 inch side, we want to score this at 2 inches. Uh-oh. I lost my scoring blade. Hold on just a moment. I think it fell off in my little holder here. There it is. Hold on, guys. Huh. Not good. Okay. There we go. Okay, so let's get back to that. We're going to score at 2 inches and at 5.5 inches. Okay, and then we're going to rotate it 90 degrees to that 6.5 inch side. And I need to bring this down a little bit, I realized. I'm sorry. And we're going to score it at 2 inches and 4.5 inches. So basically it's 2 inches on all sides. Okay. Then you're going to move your paper trimmer out of the way, and you're going to bring in your bone folder, and we're going to burnish those score lines. Okay, then on the long side, what you want to do is you want to cut up to the intersecting score line. And you're going to do this on both of the long sides. So just like that. And just like that. And then I'm going to flip over and do on this side. Okay, now since these pieces are kind of big, on the 4 corners, we're going to cut those in half, okay? So I'm just going to cut half of that off to get rid of some of that bulkiness. Oh, come on. Okay, now that we've done that, I want to wedge the edges just to make it close up nice and good. I always like to do this when I'm making 3D items, just so that everything seals together nice and has a great finished look. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, so that's what you're going to be left with. Now what you want to do is you're going to bring in your adhesive. I'm using liquid multi-purpose glue just because I like to use that for my lives. And I'm going to put glue on all these little tabs. And then I'm going to fold this up to form my box. I'm just going to hold it for a minute. Do the same thing on this side. Hold it for a minute. And now we're going to do the same thing on these two tabs. Just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to take my bone folder and just kind of go over those and make sure everything's sealed down nice and tight. Okay. And then you're going to kind of set that aside for just a moment. Then you're going to want to bring in those rectangles, and we're going to add our designer series paper right on to the front of each of those pieces. Our paper is so beautiful. You could pick whichever side you want. And what's nice is usually if you don't like one side, you'll like the other side, which is always good. Okay, there's one. There's two. And then we just have our little flap that we're using to close the purse together, or chest. Okay. Now on one of the pieces, I'm going to go ahead and adhere my robot down, but I'm going to put him more towards the bottom so that he doesn't get in the way of the curve, okay? So I'm going to add him close to the bottom. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take our bone folder, and we're just going to go to the top of this and kind of break down the fibers of the cardstock and kind of do like a little curl. And you want to do it on both sides. And I'm just really doing it at the top. Okay? And you're going to do the same thing on the back piece as well. So just like that, just so it helps to kind of start the curve, okay? Now you're going to go ahead and adhere your rectangles down on the bottom part of the box. So I'm going to add adhesive onto the bottom portion of my box. Just like so. And then I'm going to kind of flip it upside down and run my bone folder in there just to make sure it's nice and glued down. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing to the back. And I'm going to adhere down my back piece. And do the same thing on this one. I'm going to run that bone folder on down into there. Make sure that back piece is secured on. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead. So I want my front piece to kind of roll in and the back piece to come up front. And I'm going to put glue on half of my small rectangle like that. Okay. And I'm going to glue that on into the middle of the back piece. Just like this. Whoops. See how it's right in the middle? Let's do the bone folder on there one time too. Make sure it stays in place. Okay, now I'm going to take my Velcro dot and I'm going to go ahead and put the two sides together, just like this. And then I'm going to take the adhesive backing off and I'm going to put it on to my hinge of my purse. Okay. Then I'm going to close up my chest and press down where I want that Velcro dot to go. And then take it apart and make sure that it's nice and glued down. And there's your little chest. Now on this one, I had a little piece of scrap and I was trying to play with it and see if I could punch out a heart. And you can't really see the heart shape because it blends in with the other piece of paper. So you could add a button or a little, hi Patsy. Where do we get the Velcro dots? Now, you can get them on Amazon. They sell the Velcro dots and they have them in different sizes. I usually, to be honest with you, I usually get my Velcro dots at Dollar Tree. They sell a big pack of them for $1. I think there's like, I want to say there's 20 in there. I could be completely wrong because I've taken them all out of packages, but I want to say there's like 20 Velcro dots in there for $1. Well, now it's $1.25, but that's still a great price. But you can also get them, so I think on the link to my blog post, I put them to Amazon, but Walmart has them, places like that in the crafting section. But that's our little chest, and you could fill it with pretty much anything, and you don't even have to make this for Valentine's Day. I mean, I did just because it's coming up, but you can make them for any special occasion or to put a gift card in or a little gift. So that's what's fun about this. So thanks for joining me today, Patsy. I hope you had fun watching this craft, and if you recreate it, I'd love you to tag me in it and show me your creativity or how you changed it up. So until next time, you guys, I hope you have a great day and a great night. Thank you. Bye-bye.